Are you ready to create a space for miracles? Well, I heard some mumbling yeses, some tepid yeses. And to those of you who said yes, and maybe those of you who didn't, you might have been thinking, well, yeah, but whose miracles? And so let me ask this. Are you ready to create a space for your miracles?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. But what are miracles? See, we set a clear intention. But what is a miracle? Well, A Course in Miracles teaches us many things about the nature of miracles. One of them is that there is no order of difficulty amongst miracles. One miracle isn't harder or bigger than another. Another is that miracles are naturally occurring. They are naturally occurring expressions of love. And so in truth, everything that comes from love is a miracle. Everything that comes from love is a miracle. Miracles are habits. They're habits. They should not be consciously chosen. They should be involuntary. What? What? Involuntary? Don't I have to conjure up my miracles? Don't I have to concentrate real hard on my miracles to make them happen? I mean, after all, they're miracles. Book says, nope. Nope. Miracles are part of the natural order of life. They are part of the divine flow. So how do I create my miracles? The book says, by your way of being. Miracles are natural. They're natural. When they do not occur, something has gone wrong. Would you say that with me? Miracles are natural. Miracles are natural. When they are not happening, something has gone wrong. Think about that. Take that in. When miracles are not happening in your life, something's gone wrong. Well, then who should I blame? Don't go there. Aren't we beyond that? Aren't we beyond blaming? And when we're not, when you're not, forgive yourself and get beyond it. And when miracles aren't happening, something has gone wrong. And so, because we have minds, because we share the mind of God, we look at that. We look at it without judgment. And we're going to do that today. Miracles are the stuff of everyday life. They come from a state of miracle mindedness. They come from a condition of miracle readiness. You heard in the Daily Word, the Apostle Paul said, let this mind that was in Christ Jesus be in you. What does that mean? He was talking about the miracle mind. He was speaking of the mind of miracle readiness, the mind of miracle, the miraculous mind, that which is open to the miracles that are always going on. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about thinking just like Jesus thinks or having that physical mind. He's talking about sharing that consciousness. The consciousness that Jesus had that saw the miracle in everything. Every mystic that's ever walked the planet has seen miracles in everything. Last Sunday I spoke of Teilhard de Chardin, who lived a miraculous life because he saw the miracle in everything. He loved each day. He didn't care when spring was coming. He didn't. See, he loved spring. And he loved winter and fall and summer. He didn't leave anything out. No judgment. I love you, brother. We use each other in the best way. From her book, God's Seed, we have this from Jean Houston, and we're going to read it together. It's on page 2 of your bulletin. It's the first quote. And what I'd like to do is we're going to first read the first sentence, just the first sentence together. So please join me. Miracles are the conscious activation of more patterns of reality than are usually seen in local, limited, unloving consciousness. Stop. That was the first sentence. Maybe it's just me, but I love Jean Houston. I mean, silently read that sentence over one more time, silently. She packs more into a single sentence than some Sundays for, some minister's messages, in a single sentence. Miracles are the conscious activation of more patterns of reality than are usually seen. What's she talking about? What is it? What is it that we usually see? Isn't it that we see what is right before us? What about seeing beyond what is before us? What about being open to the unseen, the unknown? Knowing that we don't know. Knowing that there is something beyond that which is before our physical eyes. That belief brought every one of us here today, that there is something beyond what we can see. That's why you're here, because you already know it. You've already seen it. Some of you have glimpsed it. Some of you have embraced it. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Let's read the next sentence, the next two sentences, the rest of the paragraph. In a state of love, in a state of resonance, in a state of I am-ness, you experience the thinning of the membranes between the worlds. And when the membranes are thinned, all kinds of new realities present themselves. It is then, of course, that you can perform miracles. All kinds of new realities present themselves. Really? You mean there's more than one reality? There's more than one? Isn't this the reality? Right here? The mystics and the physicists tell us that there are thousands of realities going on right now, right here. Thousands of realities. Does that blow my little mind? Yes. The longer I live, the more I see, the more I experience, the more deeply I know that this is true. There are thousands of realities going on in this moment, in this place. I can't even imagine. But I can be open to them. I can engage them. We all can. She says, when the membranes between the worlds are thinned. She's speaking of the world of the formed and the world of the unformed, the seen and the unseen. When the membranes between those worlds are thinned, can you see that? Can you see that membrane and that thinning? Can you feel it? That's the place of new possibilities. That's the place that miracles arise in. That's where miracles are born. When we live at the edge of that thinning membrane. That's what we're all moving toward. The thinning of the membrane between these worlds. That's why we're here. We support each other in moving to that divine place. That is the place that mystics live. That is the place that we can live. A very practical condition for being miracle-minded, because that's the theme of today. It's live with a miracle mind. Be miracle-minded. And a very practical condition came to my mind, in preparing this message. And I tried to dismiss it because it was not in the flow of the concepts of the message. It was like really practical. But it wouldn't go away because it kept saying, see, it's really practical. You can really use this. Everybody can really use this. And so I'm going to share it. And what came to mind is this. There are no tired mystics in the world. There are no tired mystics in the world. When we're tired, miracles do not happen. They don't happen then. The world looks heavy, immovable. The world feels immutable. Have you ever had a table or a desk at home filled with chores or projects, and it's late at night, and you're looking at it, and yes, there's more time before you're going to go to sleep. You could do more, and you're looking at it and going, dear God in heaven, how am I ever going to deal with this? Have you ever had that experience? Raise your hand. I just checked it. I just want to be sure I'm not alone. You know that feeling. You feel mentally, emotionally paralyzed. How can I do this? And what about after a good night's sleep and some breakfast and some prayer and meditation, and you approach that same desk or table again and you look? No problem. No problem. Everything has changed. It is possible that the greatest, or one of the greatest obstacles for the world to experience the spiritual transformation is sleep deprivation. There are no tired mystics. 7.5 to 8 hours a night, midday naps, if you can, when you need them. It changes everything. Are you miracle-minded? You?